Welcome to One Oar Boat.
Welcome back to One Oar Boat. I'm CJ. I'm here with my co-host Glenn Sparks, live from Nashville, Tennessee.
What's up?
Also, our guest of the week, Ronny North, straight from the OC, living right down the road from Sunset Strip, international famous guitar player. Ronny, if I walked into your house, picked up your iPod, turned on play, who would I be listening to right now?
Oh, I'm all over the place. It's got Cheap Trick. It's got Devo. It's got the Sex Pistols.
Nice,
dude. These are all bands we listen to,
right? I'm way into like '80s, like new wave music for better. I never wanted to play it, but I love listening to it.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that.
I grew up around it here, so I love that stuff. I love all things '80s still, for better or worse.
That inspiration spills into your sound so much. You can hear it.
Dude, I want to start with some questions, but we're not a big question and answer type of podcast. We're a little bit free flow. The very first thing I want to talk about, Viper guitars. You have a really unique relationship that goes all the way back to 2015, 16, 17. Tell me about Viper and how they're different than what you're finding at Guitar Center.
Well, for one, they're handmade in America. I mean, they're handmade an hour from me. They're here in California. That alone is a major thing. American made's another major thing. Everybody has lots of cool gear, but I mean, it's about the relationship with the people. And I've left major companies, even though their products were great, because there just was no great relationship with the people at the company. I mean, I'm all about that. You know what I mean?
I believe that creating unique relationships within the industry that benefit you and them is way more important than the gear.
It's a team. Like you guys have to be teamed up. You got to coordinate your efforts here. Like it's not. I mean, I'm not gonna name names, but I know a lot of famous guitar players and right up and comings, and they just don't appreciate the sponsorship. I don't understand it. I'm not gonna name who they are, but they get all this gear.
No, we're not name droppers either.
I just don't understand that because they're. I mean, if it wasn't for my sponsors, I couldn't do what I do.
That's what I'm talking about, is that when we were 15, 16, 17 years old, had someone given me a free Stratocaster, it would have changed my world. If someone would have said, here's a PA.
Right?
You don't have to go wash cars for a PA. That would have been the whole world.
Exactly.
Well, and also it's when you find a brand that just delivers what you need, when it's the tool that you need to express the idea that you have. Man, why not tell the whole world, guys, this is what you need?
Yeah. Especially with my Vipers, like I'm there when it's a chunk of wood. Like I'm there for the whole. You mean he brings it to life, but I know exactly what I want, how I want the neck radius. I mean, I know I could tear apart a guitar in 5 minutes and put it back together.
Yeah,
I'd rather not, but I can, and I do occasionally.
Right.
But thank God I have Jeff. It's Viper. It does that for me. But I mean, the only thing I really can't do is a fret job. Everything else I could pretty much navigate myself. But I mean, it's just out of necessity. I got tired of all these guys that did all these famous people's guitars fucking up my shit. I got tired of it, man. I don't care if he did Eddie Van Halen's guitar. My guitar plays like shit.
I have a custom bass, and I took it in to get some work done, and they were going to set the depth of the pickups and put a screw right through the back of the body of my guitar.
See, like, what the fuck is that?
And I'm like, oh, we're so sorry. I'm like, sorry is not going to cut this.
Yeah, sorry, that's going to cost you extra.
That's right.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Now it's really custom with a hole in it. So you live just minutes from the Sunset Strip.
Yeah, I'm like, without traffic, I'm like 20, 25 minutes from the Rainbow.
That's what I was going to say. So the Rainbow, the Whiskey A Go-Go, the Viper Room, the Sky Bar. The places we hear about only in Spin magazine
Have you ever been to Sky Bar?
No, I haven't.
I have not.
We were. I haven't been. I mean, I used to go there all the time in the '80s. But my friends, we met my friends from Nashville. There, they were staying at that hotel, wherever that hotel, the Mondrian or whatever it's called,
Right.
where the Sky Bar is in. And we met with them they were here in town like a couple months ago. So I mean, I haven't been in the Sky Bar in years. Nothing has changed, even in 2020.
It's just stuck in 1985.
Like literally, I was fucking scared. I couldn't even believe it, man.
That's so crazy. But so when you live that close to the Whiskey A Go Go, do you play the Whiskey A Go Go?
I used to, yeah. I mean, the strip. There was literally on the weekends hundreds of people just walking up and down the strip. It was like a social scene. And you would just, and thank God at that time, like I was kind of known in the club, so we could just walk in any club for free.
That's beautiful.
So, and I mean, I started going to the Rainbow when I was 14.
That's what I heard. That you've been doing this since you were a teenager.
Yeah, and you go in there and you see like David Lee Roth would be sitting at a table, Molly Crew at the next table, Axl's getting drunk in the parking lot.
That's the best, man.
Like fucking crazy stuff.
That's so cool.
You can even make this stuff up.
I can hear your inspirations in your sound. And, you know, I spent the past couple of days listening to a big chunk of your body of work.
Yeah.
And going back on iTunes, hearing some of these songs that have been the heavy hitters. And it's like you got this really wide dynamic range of a bunch of different, you know, emotions that you're conveying. And it's broad, but at the same time, now it's like one of these songs comes on and I can hear it right away. Your guitar, I'm like, that's Ronny North. It's
good.
It's not just that you're obviously super comfortable with the guitar and not just the guitar, but the guitars that you're playing on. Tell me what else makes that sound. Is it the amp? Is it the pedal?
No, it's just diverse music, listening to lots of stuff. I mean, the amps definitely help, and I always have a sound, and I'm to this day, I'm still striving for that ultimate. I'm getting closer. It's just now we're leaning towards the amps again. The guitars pretty much they're there where I want them to be. The Vipers are definitely doing, and I have so many guitars. We don't even get into that's a whole other show.
Dude, I think if I brought another guitar into the house,
I think we're real close to triple digits at this point, like within a few guitars of that.
No.
Yeah.
You're one of those
I've
guys.
always kept
Okay.
all my guitars. Like I never got a drug out of it, so I didn't have to sell anything. So I have the first guitar I got all the way through.
There you go. If you don't have a habit, you can afford other things.
So I mean,
In our talk over the last week or 2 weeks, you sent me a text and you said you're playing a benefit concert in November. You have a new CD project coming out, and you have a couple other things going on the side. Give us like the news report, you know,
real quick. Yeah.
It's the news.
The MTV news report. I'm playing on November, I think it's November 19th. I'm playing a benefit at Cook's Corner, you know, where they had that unfortunate shootout thing like a couple of months ago or whatever, which is horrible.
Right.
And that place it's a great place. I've been going to that place since the early 80s as well. I mean, that's, you know, here in the OC.
And is that a benefit concert for
the victims
shootout?
of the thing? Yeah, so I was honored they even invited me to play at it. So they're doing a series of them. I'm doing one of them in a couple of weeks. So that'll be cool.
That's awesome.
That place,
That's so cool.
Forever, man. And it's just such a horrible thing that happened there, man.
It's a weird world we live in right now, but
Crazy people out there, man. I think these people just need to.
Right? It's just a horrible thing.
These people are just thirsty, man.
Exactly.
Telling you.
Yeah.
It's dehydration. That's the cause of all these issues. If these people would just wake up and drink water,
it might be.
They wouldn't have any issues.
Right.
Take an
Good
aspirin.
in and out.
Yeah, right. In and out.
Dude, that's right.
That's an in and out.
Dude, this
cup.
is so funny. Little side story. That was an in and out cup. Little side story. Today's broadcast was delayed for the Southern California problem of I have to go to In-N-Out first. You guys are second on my list. And I love that.
Right?
Thank you so much, Ronny.
I actually text you from the drive-thru. I was in the drive-thru of In-N-Out.
That's so funny. So what'd you get?
I got a double-double,
Yes.
which I don't usually get. I don't eat, I mean, I can eat a lot, but I usually don't eat that much. I mean, I don't really get fat or anything, but I usually get a single one, but I was extra hungry today, so I got a double.
You get those animal style fries.
You're one in a
Oh,
million.
see, that's even too much for
Oh.
me. Yeah, that's too much food.
Dude, I could do the animal style fries with vanilla
Do that like
shake.
once a year.
And yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I have
so
I have
good,
been in and out
though.
every
I mean,
Friday.
Nice.
we used to live, me and Glenn both used to live in SoCal, and right literally with walking distance of my house, Baja Tacos. There's a Baja Taco, and then catty corner to that was In and Out.
Wow. I
Oh
never
my
even
gosh,
heard
we
of
were
Baja Tacos.
spoiled.
Was it
We were-
good?
oh, dude,
I love
it really was good.
I'm Mexican.
And
I love Mexican
there was this
food. Ugh.
there was this homeless dude that would be outside there every day. And so my son, he was just old enough to be like in kindergarten, first grade. He'd always be like, "Yo, can I give him a taco?" And every time we would buy him 2 fish tacos and send him out there and go, "Here, give him some tacos."
Oh man, I remember Rubio's having the best fish tacos in San Diego. But if you wanted the spicy
my
pork, you'd
gosh.
have to go down to I think it was called Guerrero's, and it was down closer to San Isidro, and that's where I learned how to speak Spanish, man. And the only thing I really know in Spanish is how to order 5 tacos and some horchata with everything on it to go. Please.
You
Oh my
go.
gosh. Glenn and I got in so much trouble one day. We busted out of work like at 10:30 in the morning. Lunch isn't till like noon. We drive all the way across town in San Diego traffic, jump out of the car, run into this little hole in the wall, order 2 large
Yes.
horchatas. They're as big as a Nerf football.
Oh my god.
And
massive
they were
horchata. They're so
gigantic.
good.
A lot of
and,
food, man.
and booked it right back to work, and we still got in trouble. We were gone so long.
Well, and now later in life, now I'm
It was
learning
so
that you
funny.
can mix espresso into your horchata, and that's as good as it gets,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
That's next level.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty good.
it
That's
is.
your dirty horchata.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
We got so far away from music.
It's
So
important
I'm gonna
stuff.
so here's
It is important stuff.
I'm gonna ask this question, and I know I talked to you a little bit earlier about it, and it can be a negative topic for some people. But part of what I want to do every time we have a guest on is talk about up and coming musicians that back in the day it was in your garage and you had 2 or 3 friends, and what you were hoping to do was just follow your next door neighbor's older brother into a club and get a gig.
Literally.
And that's how you started. Yes.
Literally.
But today it's TikTok and it's Instagram and it's Facebook and you can get on Spotify if you know how to run the internet like
And
easy.
they have millions
but you're not
of
going to get any.
followers.
My question is for someone like you are making a living and you have tons of sponsors, people who are investing into your vocation. How do you recommend that some young kid get from TikTok to a position like you where they're paying their bills?
See, that's the thing. But see, some of those TikTok guys make a lot of money. I mean, God bless them. They figure out a way there's ways to
But most
manipulate
of them don't.
the online thing. But a lot of them don't. But
That's
you
true.
get them away from their. I mean, I'm all about whatever the next thing is. Cool. Let's get young kids playing guitar. Let's get guitar back out there again. But some of these
Yes.
guys, you get them with a real band and they're lost. Or have them improvise something.
Oh, I have a friend
and
just
they're
like that.
lost, even though they can play circles around me in some cases. Like you get them in a real life musical situation, and they're like a deer in the headlights. And I've actually,
Yeah.
because I meet these guys when I do trade shows and clinics, and they come up to me and I have them do their thing. And they're all, I'm better than you. And I'm like, great, good for you. I mean, awesome. But then you get them to jam, even like a simple like blues change or something, like they're lost. They can only do whatever they've learned off the internet for that little section or whatever. Most of them can't even play complete songs.
Dude, so you hit 2 things that I think are right there in the teaching.
But they have the technical ability. They just don't have the understanding what it's from, like the bigger picture.
Yeah, I think you've hit on 2 things that I think are really important. And one is learn your songs from beginning to end. And so if you can play Teen Spirit all the way through, bridge, verse, choruses, pre-chorus, the whole 9 yards, from beginning to end on your instrument. That's important. The other thing is to play with people. And I know a young guy who's semi TikTok famous. Um, but he came over to the house and I picked up my bass and I said I'll be your rhythm section. Just I'll follow you and then you follow me. And he couldn't do it. We could not get past the intro to the song
Yeah. They can't
because
lock into a
the
drummer. I mean, they didn't grow
fundamentals.
up jamming in the garage like we did.
No, you have to be able to lock into some rhythm.
Yeah.
Something has to be the clock, and they just don't get
Exactly,
it.
man. It's scary.
Yeah. So those are two things. Those are two things you should take away from this if you're a young guy is one, learn a song all the way through, two, play with
Oh
people.
yeah, when you get
It
them in
pays
front
off
of
in the end.
people, forget it.
Yeah, exactly. Not just playing with people, but playing in front of people.
Yeah,
And
that's a whole other thing. See, we grew up doing that in backyard parties and stuff, but the new kids, that's not how it goes.
yeah,
I totally grew up outside our high school. We had all these picnic tables. We'd sit on the picnic tables and play our acoustic guitars and songs we knew, songs
Right?
we made up, things on the fly, uh, bonfires, farm parties where you would have a big bonfire at a farm, and then they would bring a flatbed truck and you could
That's
stand on the
awesome.
truck and your band
That
would
sounds
play.
well,
fun.
now
Dude, it was so fun.
I'm
It
a
was
'90s
super
rock
fun.
kid, and I grew up immersed in all things '90s rock. But you know, I get to listen into your music, Ronnie, and it's like you got this niche genre that you're tapping into that sounds like if I were to go anywhere in rural Oklahoma and walk into a mechanic shop, this is what's on in the background. And like there's a Harley over in the corner and a half a case of Yellow Jackets, and you know, it's like you got this classic American rock, like, but it's more than rock. It's almost like the genre that was at the end of Hair, you know, that
Oh, there you go.
it's really nice and it's familiar, and man, I dig it.
Thank you, man. Well, the irony is, I think I'm way more. My stuff translates way better these days to the Midwest and where you guys are than it does to LA. I'm a dinosaur in LA, so the irony.
Wow. I think it's interesting because when I say Ronnie North in my mind, I'm looking at some of these guitar heroes from my past, and I grew up with the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, post punk
I
Joy
love all that
Division, and
stuff.
PIL. But at the same time, I definitely knew who Nikki Sixx was. I knew who Slash was. I knew who Steve Vai was. So when I was listening over the last week to your stuff, I was like, oh, that's what that is. I get it. And I wanted to go out and get on my BMX bike and ride around
That's
my
awesome.
driveway
See,
as
that's
fast
what
as
I'm going
Man,
for.
I wanted to go practice pitch harmonics for an hour.
Right? That and skateboarding, man. I mean, I still skate, so I mean, that's what it's all about.
That is so. I saw on Instagram a couple months ago where you were in a shop buying a new skateboard, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm
"Oh,
actually sponsored by a skate shop. Still,
oh
Nice.
my gosh, you're just rolling the
I
dice,
still skate.
man."
Yeah, my girlfriend's
'Cause
like,
if you
you
break
can't
your
be on
wrist,
the board before NAM, man. You're gonna break something. But I always wear my wrist guards. So,
okay. I think that's the next topic is winter
yeah,
NAM. Uh, where's it gonna be? When's it gonna be? Where are you gonna
it's
be
back
at
to
the NAM?
January finally. After the COVID just screwed everything up, so it's back to the normal time. I think it's like the
Yes.
26th or 27th or something of January. Anaheim Convention Center. We're back there again, which is like literally 10 minutes from where you're speaking to me now. And
So you just walk down there with your guitar.
literally,
Hey,
I
what's
could.
up?
Yeah, if I wanted to. I can hear the fireworks at 9:30 every night from Disneyland 'cause it's right across the street from the convention center. So that's how we know it's 9:30 because you hear the fireworks going off. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome, and I'll be playing for Viper and a few of my other sponsors as well. But Viper, I've already got. I'm locking in everybody else, but for sure, I'll be at the Viper booth every day.
I had a friend that met you
Uh
at
oh.
NAM and and asked you to play the blues. They said they walked up to you and you were noodling around with some very classical, like Baroque style fingerings, like from like like Randy Rhoads would do when he's not talking
Hey,
or
you want to know a
playing
weird story?
anything.
He was the first rock star I ever met.
That's so
Oh, I was
crazy.
14 years old.
That's fine. Um, so he said you were playing some Baroque stuff and, that, he asked you about playing some blues and, that you just took off, that you were like, "Okay, here's some Muddy Waters. Here's some Stevie Ray Vaughan. Here
Yeah.
we go."
I can
And
kind of,
like
I'm not
the
a big
whole
blues guy, but I can kind of fake my way through it a little bit, but it's not very authentic.
well, it
But
was
I
funny
appreciate the
because he said
style
that
and the, what it comes from and everything for sure.
he said you had just done something in the booth and you were like kind of cooling down and chilling out and you were just, noodling around and it was like this very different style of playing. And then he was like, introduced himself and you knew who he was. And he goes, "Man, do you really play the blues?" And you were like, "Dude, that's my bread and potatoes. I was born to play the blues." And there's like everybody in the blue booth kind of turned around to look at you and you're like, "Bah-nah." I'm like, "What?"
Wow, I don't remember that,
And
but
so,
okay, yeah,
yeah,
maybe I must have been, yeah. I can
yeah,
fake my way through it, but I'm
things
not a real
happen.
blues guy.
That's
I mean, I
so
got to meet
funny.
Stevie Ray Vaughan one time. I mean, I seen him play a few.
I got to go to his I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan
He was
um
amazing.
play with Hall and Oates
No, seriously.
way back in the day. Yes, it was one of the best concerts I ever saw. He wore the
The
kimono. He
kimono.
did all the things that he's supposed to do. Played behind his back, played behind his head. Uh, it was like Jimi Hendrix, and for a teenage kid,
I
that
don't
was it
know
was
how he
a
did. My
beautiful,
my friend
awesome
used to
thing.
work on his guitars, and I got to play one of his guitars once. That thing, the action was about a mile off the fretboard. The strings, I think the high E
Wow.
was like a 13, which is like between the third and the fourth string of a guitar,
So he was playing like
and
heavy
he had bass
bottom,
frets on the
slinky
guitars.
tops. Oh my gosh.
Completely,
Well,
excuse me, completely unplayable. I mean, to me, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he played it like nobody's business.
he knew what he was doing, and it was insane. And then when they closed out the show, that Hall and Oates just they said, "We're bringing Stevie out," and the crowd went crazy, and it was another 30 minutes of just pure rock and roll. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Hampton Coliseum in Virginia Beach, Norfolk.
Wow.
It was pretty good. I think Glenn is having some technical issues, and that's cool. We're right at the point where I want to close
Cool.
this out. Um, about 22, 23 minutes. Dude, I'm so excited that you came, and I'm sorry it was so hard to get there, and our vocals are a little
Yeah,
echoey
but if we
today.
do it
The
again, we'll be
app was
ready to
kind of
go.
glitchy. Dude, I would like to talk to you after the
Hey,
NAMM.
maybe,
Is that
yeah,
cool?
maybe from the hotel during.
Dude, that would be so
I mean, because
cool.
you're 3 hours ahead,
If
so
you
I could talk to you literally 3 hours before I even go in.
could you imagine? We're with Ronnie North at the
Yeah.
NAMM in
And
Anaheim,
y'all have the
California.
laptop in the hotel. We could totally do that'd be funny, man. Live from NAMM.
It would be great. Dude, thank you. Tell your girlfriend we said
Oh.
hey. We love her on Instagram. She's the best. And we're gonna close out, man. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Let's do it again soon, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Before we go, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast if you haven't already, so you won't miss any future adventures. And if you found some value in what we shared today, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps others discover the show too. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future episodes, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us on social media or through our website. Thank you.